Okay, so I want to start with the question that's behind the product we built. So we know that Web3 will become truly useful when you provide something new. And internet has always been a space that's collectively created by its users. But in Web3, one thing's different because for the first time, users can actually own the content they create. So the question we keep asking is, in Web3, how should users connect and collaborate in a financially sustainable way? Or in other words, how should content creators make money? So here's a context for the question. We know that creator economy has been exploding for the past 5 years. So if we look at the number of creators who directly monetize with their supporters, the increase was almost exponential. But if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, the direct monetizations, whether it's monetary tips, courses, or subscriptions, it's only 6% of the creator economy. And while the content creators are looking for new monetization methods, Web3 actually allows brands to be collectively owned and traded. So this creates a huge opportunity for the rest 90% of the content creators. And on the other hand, the NFT explosion from last year have proven that digital assets that can be owned and traded is another revenue model for creators. So we don't know whether it's sustainable or not, but it's already a very good start. So we at Matters Lab, we're taking this chance to enable the creator economy in Web3. What we envisioned is a new kind of social network where the users are independent yet connected, and the creations, curations, and collaborations in that network are fairly rewarded. And that's why we started with Matters.news. It's a social network for content creators. On Matters.news, users can discover articles, they can translate it to their local languages, they can view the content hash stored on IPFS and Filecoin, and follow the creators they like. As you can see the IPFS public gateways here. You can check out the other content from the user, and you can discover other users from the profile as well. And at the same way, token economics that's focusing on curators, because users can curate articles through likes, which are turned into cryptocurrencies. And they can also donate to an article, which determines the ranking and discovery mechanisms on the front of Matters.news. On the other hand, we're also introducing collaborative ownership to our communities through a new type of NFT. So the first version of that is called Travelogger, which we launched November last year. It's the first version, and they are NFT avatars. But the interesting thing that are that they can also be used as on-chain notebooks, where owners can take turns writing content into the NFT. And all the profits that gain from the NFT are shared among all the contributors. And on a more experimental side, we're launching a product space. It is an experimentation of how public resources can be privately owned, and how do we balance profit and public. The space takes the form of where users can take control of one or more pixels to create their final result. The crucial and also the most interesting part of the space is that the pixels are packaged into NFTs and traded under Harburger tax, with the tax generated distributed as universal basic income. So Harburger tax basically allow public resources to be temporarily privatized and profitable, while generating tax that benefits all participants. Both of these ideas have been widely discussed in the literature, but there have not been a large-scale experiments. So with the 80,000 users in our community, this will be the first large-scale experiment, and we will be able to see how well these mechanisms hold up. So back to our original question, how should collaborations and creations be financially sustainable in Web3? So we believe that we need a decentralized social graph. This is fundamental. But we also need to design a ownership that supports collaboration, and also token economics and governance model that incentives creation and curation. And these fundamental pieces are gradually come to pieces. And on top of this, we're now building applications and delivering them to our users for content creators and consumers. And these applications are interconnected and without boundaries. And a couple more words on our founding team. Our founding team have a balance of industry experience and technical know-how. Our CEO, Jeping, she's a seasoned journalist and editor and have founded several successful media companies in Greater China region. And our COO, Beryl, she has experience of managing startups, NGOs, and crypto funds in both the United States and Hong Kong. And I myself, as a CTO, have years of experience of building distributed systems for both startups and big companies such as Oracle. For media reports, we have a lot of them both in Chinese, English, and other languages. And here are some examples. If you're interested, you can take a look at them. For our current roadmap, last year we finished our pre-A round of fundraising, and we were fortunate to have the support of many great partners such as Protocol Lab and LongHash, and also some more traditional institutes such as Google News Initiative and Mozilla. So last year, after we launched our Travelogger NFT, this month we're going to launch our support for Ethereum or any EVM address integration in matters.news. And then we'll be launching our on-chain social graph, and eventually by the end of this year, we'll be launching our governance token. But before that, we'll also have another round of pre-token fundraising. So if you're interested in participating, whether as an investor or as a user, as a developer, you can find us either on Twitter, on Discord, and also, of course, on matters.news. Thank you for your time.